you want to know which campaign objective you should be using, this is where you should be. And choosing the right objective for your campaign is arguably one of the most important. I would say one of the most. It's literally the most important thing you need to be aware of and do when you are running Facebook ads. So today I'm going to share with you the 11 Facebook ad campaign objectives and explain to you how the Facebook campaign objectives work, the pros and cons of using each Facebook ad objective, and which Facebook ad campaign objectives you want to use and when. I also got a free giveaway or a lead magnet that I'm going to go through on this training here. So you stick around. I'll share with you how to get that midway through today's training. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and open up Facebook Ads Manager here. And you should be able to see my screen in just a second. Google Chrome. Let me know if you can see my screen. Awesome. So we are in the Facebook Ads Manager. And when it comes to setting up an ad campaign, it's pretty straightforward. It's self-explanatory in terms of what objective you choose. But you want to make sure that you're choosing the right objective when you first get started. All right. So the first thing we want to do here is go over. Let me just close some of these windows out of the way here. All right. So the first thing we want to do here is go over to create, and a box will pop up with the various objectives that are available to you to run ads. As I mentioned before, there are 11. Let me see if I can make this a bit bigger, so it's on the screen. Right, there are 11 objectives. Right, they're broken up into 3 categories: awareness, consideration, and conversion. And what the objective actually does, it conveys information to Facebook about your campaign goals. Right, it's really telling Facebook what actions do you want people to take after they've seen your ad. Right, so if you're scrolling through newsfeed, your Facebook newsfeed, and you see an ad, right, that ad has an objective, it has a goal. And as the advertiser, you basically are telling Facebook, right, what do I want this ad to accomplish? And so based on this information, right, Facebook's algorithm will show your ad to people who you're targeting who are most likely to take that action. Okay, let me repeat that again. So the objectives, the campaign objective conveys information to Facebook. And actually, let me just elaborate on that a bit. It's not just for Facebook, right? The objective, it may be called something different on other platforms, but the overarching goal of your campaign, whether it's on Facebook, if it's on Twitter, if it's on YouTube, if it's on Pinterest, if it's on Snapchat, the overall goal of your campaign is what you're telling the platform what you want to accomplish. So in this case with Facebook, you're telling Facebook, hey, I want to accomplish this goal. This is the action I want people to take after they've seen my ad, right? And so the algorithm is going to show your ad to people who are most likely to take that action. So if you choose a campaign objective of, let's say, video views, and I should have had like my my highlighter and circle thingy here, right? So I can draw, right? If you chose the objective of video views, right, Facebook's going to show your ad to people in the audience you're targeting who are most likely to watch videos. Okay, right? So Facebook uses information about their behaviors, about their interests, about their actions, and serves ads to the most relevant people. Okay, and your campaign objective tells Facebook what you want people to do. So let's start diving into the 11 different objectives here on Facebook. Now, the first section here is awareness, right? And there are two campaign objectives in the awareness category: brand awareness and reach, right? And these campaigns are designed to show your ad to the largest number of people in your target audience within your budget constraints, right? The primary goal of these objectives is to build interest in your business or brand by showing your ad to more people, okay? Awareness, right? To show your ad to more people, not necessarily to get like actionable results like leads or sales. It's just to put your brand, your ads, your business in front of more people. Now, brand awareness, to be quite honest, I typically don't even use these objectives when I'm working with clients, because we're not going for awareness. We want leads and sales. But if you were working with a customer, or you were running ads and you wanted to raise just awareness about your ad, your business, and you had no interest in generating leads or making sales, then by all means you would use one of these objectives here. Brand awareness is a good option when you are working with a business, or if you're a business that has a lot of resources and just want people to remember your brand, right? Think of big brands like Coca-Cola or Kleenex or Xerox, right? These are brands that they want, when people think about soda, right, they want you to think about Coca-Cola. When you think about tissue, nose tissue, right, you want to think Kleenex. When you think about coffee, you want to think about Starbucks. And so these brands are typically going to spend a lot of money just to get awareness, right? I want you to think of me when you go to buy that soda. I want you to think of me when you go to buy that Pepsi, that coffee, or buy tissue. That's what brand awareness is for. Don't recommend it for majority of my customers, but if you are a large brand and all you care about is awareness and getting people to see your brand, by all means, go right ahead. The second objective here in the awareness category is reach. Now, the reach objective also optimizes your ads for impressions, and Facebook will show your ads to as many people as possible in your targeted audience within your budget constraints, right? And so this objective might be a good choice if you have a small audience, right? Let's say you have an event that's coming up, a local event, and you want people just to know about the event, right? So you would run a reach campaign just to get people to know about the event. Same thing if you're in the local area and you are, want people to know about your business, right? You would run a reach campaign, and it would, it would optimize your ad for impressions to get more people to see your ad, right? You're not expecting people to take any action after seeing your ad. You just want them to become aware of, your ad and your business, right? That can work. These work very well for local businesses. Now we head into the second category called consideration. Now I use several of these objectives here. There are 6: traffic, engagement, video views, lead generation. Well, traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation, and messages. Basically, Facebook is showing your ads again to people within your target audience who are most likely to take the action you've chosen. And when we get into consideration, right, these objectives are really designed for low intent actions, right? So the percentage of people in your target audience who are likely to take actions will be fairly high, right? Because they're low intent. We're not asking them to, in some cases, we're not asking them to buy something. In some cases, we're not asking them to give us any information, right? So it's very low intent, low barrier kind of ads. The first objective here is traffic. And if your primary goal is to get people to your website, then you want to choose the traffic objective, right? You just want to get people to a website, right? Whether it's your homepage, whether it's a Shopify store, whether it's Spotify, whether it's another third-party website, right? You're simply driving traffic to a website. Now, that doesn't mean that that traffic is going to convert, right? You're just sending people to that site and, hoping they do something, right? Hoping. It's not really going to be optimized for an event. We'll get to different, how you can optimize for events using different objective, but you're just sending traffic to a website. You're basically paying for a click, right? The next objective, the fourth objective, is engagement. Right? This is if your primary goal is to get people to engage with you on Facebook, then you would choose this particular objective, right? Facebook's going to show your ad to people in that target audience who are most likely to engage with your ad. Now, if we click on engagement, there are several different options here, right? You can choose, and basically Facebook gives you a description of like what the objective is going to accomplish for you. So if you hover over, you'll see information kind of like circle here, and there's usually a description right underneath. But for post engagement, this is going to help you get more page likes, event responses, or post reactions and comments, or shares, right? And so post engagement, right? This is engagement from this ad. Basically includes reactions, comments, shares, video views, all clicks, all things that will build social proof on your ad, right? And it's just like if you had a organic post on your page and people started engaging with it, right? Throwing a little bit of money behind it to get more people to engage with it is what you would do with this type of ad. Now, here's the one thing I want to talk about with the engagement ad. Most people will try to, with their other ads, to use an engagement ad, to create social proof, right? To get social proof on their ads. Now, Facebook doesn't distinguish between good engagement or negative engagement, right? So if you run a post engagement ad on one of your posts and you get tons of engagement, negative engagement, Facebook's like, oh my God, this post is getting lots of engagement. Let me show it to more people who are likely to engage the same way. And so when you use that strategy of, running an engagement ad to get likes, comments, shares, and, social proof, you can run the risk of getting negative engagement, which can actually hurt your ad and hurt your campaign. The second variation or second option when it comes to post engagement is page likes, right? If your primary objective is to grow your Facebook page followers, then you want to choose page likes engagement to reach people who will likely like your page, right? This option is only available on Facebook, so it can't be used to grow your Instagram following. So that's a key point to remember. The third engagement type is event responses. So if you have a Facebook event, you can use this engagement type to get more people to respond to your event. Now, here's the thing. This is still a low intent action. So if you want people to actually say they're going to an event and actually purchase tickets to your event, you actually don't want to use this type of engagement ad, right? Because what will happen is when you run an engagement ad to an event response, you'll have like 100 people say that I'm going to an event. That necessarily doesn't mean that 100 people are actually going to show up to your event. So if your goal is to get you to buy a ticket or confirm attendance, right, you're better off using another objective, which we'll talk about in a second, under the conversions section. So when to use engagement ads, I think they're great when you're trying to grow your fan base. They can be good for engagement, social proof on a post, but I would definitely use that sparingly. The fifth objective here is app installations. Now this is really focused on if you have an app and your primary goal is to increase downloads, right? This app installs campaign is a great choice because it shows people, it shows the ad to people who are your audience who are most likely to install the app, right? So clicking the ad will take them directly to their app store to download your app, right? I haven't used this before because I don't have clients that are in the app business, but if you are, you do have an app, this could be a great ad for you to use. The sixth objective here is video views. If you choose this objective, right, Facebook's going to prioritize showing your video ad to people in your target audience who are most likely to watch a video. Okay, now let's get one thing straight about video, right? This particular objective. If you are running a traffic campaign or want to get leads or want to get sales and you're using a video, this is not the objective, right? Because again, Facebook is objective-based advertising. If you want to get leads, sales, or traffic, but you're using a video, you would choose that objective for the end goal, which is conversions, leads, sales, right? And then your ad creative would be a video. This campaign is really about showing people video ads that they're actually going to watch, right? And so those people who are likely to watch, 15 seconds or more of your video. Now, this is really cool because I like using video views, campaigns a lot because they help you build trust and awareness with your audience, right? So imagine, right, that you're just getting started on Facebook or any kind of platform and you want to start running ads, right? People don't know who you are. So how can you build up that trust, that awareness, that authority without spending a lot of money on the front end, right? A video is a great way to do that, right? And you can put this video in front of your ideal audience, and then you can build what we call custom audiences based on people who watch your video, and then run other ads to them to get them to take the next step in your sales process. All right, so video views are great when you want to get people to watch, get to know who you are, and get to know your brand, your products, your services, what you offer, and how you can help them. And then down the road, you invite them to take the next step with you, which is either buying, a product or opting in for a lead magnet or some kind of offer. Okay. The seventh objective, lead generation. This is a favorite one of mine, right? The lead generation objective basically allows you to add a contact form to your Facebook ad, right? And so basically you have an ad and someone clicks on the ad, and now on Facebook, right, they can respond to some questions. They can, you can collect their name, email, and phone number, and generate a lead, potentially talk to them, right? Call them, right? When someone clicks your ad, they're prompted to enter that information, which is from Facebook, right? So if they have an email address in Facebook, which is likely, if they have a phone number in Facebook, which is pretty likely, right? If they click on the ad and submit the form, you get that information. This particular objective is ideal if you want prospective customers to be able to easily submit their information without going to your website, right? Because maybe your website isn't optimized. Maybe it is, not the best place to send someone, right? This allows you to capture information on Facebook very easily. The eighth objective is messages, right? If your primary objective, and this works very well, messages, ads work very well if you don't have a website, right? So if your primary objective is to start conversations with people in Messenger or in Instagram, right, this campaign objective can be very, very effective, right? Facebook's going to show your ads to people most likely to send you a message based on their history, right? And so this is a good option when you want people to have an opportunity to talk to you in Messenger, right? Or if you don't have, a sophisticated website and you just want to, engage in conversation with people. Okay. So we got awareness. We talked about awareness. We talked about traffic, and we're going to talk about now conversion. Let's talk about conversion. Okay. So conversions, This is where the money is made, right? Facebook conversion objectives, conversions, catalog sales, um, store traffic, right? These are encouraging people who are interested in your business to buy or use your product or become a lead, right? These objectives optimize for higher intent actions such as purchases and require some initial setup before you can use them. But this is where the money's made, basically, right? This is where you get leads. This is where you get sales. And so a quick caveat about these objectives over here. This is where you're going to spend a little bit more money than these other objectives, depending on your niche, depending on your industry, depending on what you're promoting. In this area here, conversions is where you're going to spend a little bit more money. Now, the range is all across the board. I have customers right now who are getting leads at 70 cents a lead. I have other customers who are getting leads at like $10, $11 a lead. It really depends on your niche in your industry. But when you're thinking about what your ultimate goal is, if your goal is to get leads or sales, you have to understand like how much am I willing to pay to get a lead? What am I willing to pay to get a sale? And the only way you know that and can figure that out is by running these types of ads, right? So if I have a customer, some little quick math, I have a customer who's running ads and their maximum spend cost, their maximum they're willing to spend on a lead is $5, right? The maximum they want to spend to get a lead is $5 because their product, let's say, is $3 and they want to make, some profit. If it's costing me $1 a lead, right? And they're making, $3, they're making basically, $3 off of every lead, let's say, right? Or $5 off of every lead per se, then it makes sense for us to keep spending money on ads. As you have to know your numbers in the sense, okay, what am I willing to spend? How much am I, making off of a lead, right? What is the conversion rate on leads? And then how many leads do I really need? And that's how you kind of back in like what you're able to spend on advertising, especially when it comes to conversions. So to set up a conversion ad, there are a couple of things you have to do and you'll need, right? Because we're basically sending information from Facebook to your website or from your website to Facebook, right? So when someone clicks on an ad and they go to your website, what actions are they taking on your website? Did they actually put the product in their cart? Did they start the checkout process? Did they actually purchase? And that information gets sent back to Facebook so we can quantify and match up. All right, you spent $10 on ads and you made 3 sales. Those 3 sales netted you $30, so you are $20 in profit. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is install the Facebook pixel on your website, right? So the code you need to install on your website to track events. You'll also need to verify your domain, and I'll put some other training in the comments below, so you can, in the description below too, so you can have them. But install the Facebook pixel on your website, verify your domain, and then configure your events. So the conversion objective is ideal if you're sending people to your website with the intention of them taking some valuable action, meaning they're purchasing something, or they're becoming a lead, meaning they're putting their name and email into your form, right? Valuable action. The second objective here is catalog sales, right? If you are a product-based business, meaning you have like a Shopify store or some kind of, product-based business, right? You can connect your products into a catalog on Facebook, and you can create dynamic product ads, which mean that if someone goes to your store and they, click on a product but they don't buy, or they buy a product, right? You can now dynamically show other products to them, and Facebook will pull from that catalog, right? Let's say they saw, brown shoes. They didn't buy the brown shoes. And so now they come back to Facebook, right? Maybe they see the brown shoes again, but they also see the black shoes and the red shoes and the matching tie to go with it, right? They see other products that are dynamically populated into Facebook to see if they would kind of take action on them. And the last objective here is store traffic. Now this is a little bit more difficult for Facebook to track, and I quite honestly haven't really used store traffic or catalog sales. But if you have a brick and mortar store and you want to drive traffic, foot traffic to your store, this could be a very effective objective, right? Basically, Facebook's going to show ads for your business, right? The closest location to people in a specific location, and the objective is to get people to go in your store. Now, I don't know the exact way they do it, but it's probably possible for them to check or track whether or not someone comes to the store. But this is great for companies that have more than one store and want people to visit their nearest location. Okay, so those are really the 11 Facebook campaign objectives, right? And the ones that you should be really focused on, depending on your business, right? There are probably 3, maybe 4 main ones that I recommend you utilize. And I'm going to go in order of priority. Video views is a good one. Conversions is a second one, which is getting leads and sales. And then I would throw in like lead generation, messages, and maybe traffic. Okay. Video views, right? Getting people aware of your brand, right? Through content, through live videos like this, right? Putting yourself out there, sharing with them some valuable tips, some inspiration, some, helpful tips, whatever it is, just to get yourself out there in front of people. And then, conversions, right? Send people to your website to get something for free, a downloadable, or, if they want to buy a low ticket item, like a $7 product, right? Something like that. You could also utilize lead generation and messages. See, I utilize the message objective. Well, I didn't use messenger objective. Take that back. You can utilize messenger where if you don't have a website, right? Instead of sending them to, instead of doing a conversion campaign, maybe you do video views and then get them into a messenger conversation where you can talk to someone, right? That's exactly what I just set up. Not a messenger ad, but a messenger type process where if you wanted to grab this downloadable here, all you do is type ATM in the comments below and I'll send it over to you in Messenger. So let's talk about how those objectives relate to this particular ads maximizer. Okay. So in my agency, I break things down into 4 pillars and 5 levels of traffic, right? So the awareness campaign, which is the awareness pillar, which is really just level 1 traffic, right? It's cold traffic. No one knows who you are at this level, right? Brand new on Facebook. No one has any idea who I am. How do I get them to know me? Well, I'm going to run some ads, right? I'm going to run some ads that puts my brand, myself in front of them. So the ads I'm going to run are typically video views, right? You could do engagement, but typically video views, right? To get people aware of my brand, who I am, helpful information. That is level 1 traffic and the awareness pillar. Again, if you'd like this downloadable PDF, just type ATM in the comments below. Level 1 and 2, right? After I develop that, like, know, and trust and rapport, I'm going to go for lead generation. I want to actually acquire some new customers, whether that is giving them something for free, like this free PDF, or getting them to take a look at a low cost offer for like $7, $17, whatever it is. I'm going to do that. And at this level here, I'm going to use an objective like conversions, right? Or lead generation or messages, right? Conversions, lead generation, and messages, because that's where I'm getting somebody to click on an ad and then come into my world, either through a conversation in Messenger, through me getting the information through lead generation form, or them going to my website and opting in for something or buying something, right? That is where I get a conversion or lead generation happening. Then we get into like, retention, retargeting and retention, right? Level 2 and 4. Some people are going to go to your website. Some people are going to opt into Messenger. Some people are going to, start the process of buying something, but don't complete it. And so retargeting, what that does, it allows you to put yourself and your products and your brand back in front of people who have shown interest, right? And so basically, you're using, I would say conversions primarily, right? Conversions or lead generation or messages, right? But I primarily would think conversions, where you're using these objectives to get back in front of people, to let them know, hey, they forgot something, right? I saw that you visited the site and checked out the brown shoes, but you didn't purchase, right? Here's 10% off your shoes, right? So you're getting back in front of them to make sure they take the action that they want to take, that they want to take it because they expressed interest. You're also overcoming objections, right? You're saying, hey, what are some of the common questions people have about your product? Is it price? Is it, color? Is it durability? Like, what are some of the questions that come up in someone's mind about like your product or service that you can handle when you're doing retargeting, right? With an ad. And then retention is like, once someone becomes a customer, how can you stay in front of them? How can you make them feel special? How can you make other offers to them, right? Share special deals with them, special promotions with them, right? Give them something for free to increase that brand loyalty, right? So what else can you do to keep them as a customer? And again, if we go back to the objectives here, I think you're really gonna focus on a number of different objectives here, but you can use conversions if there's a new offer. You can use lead generation, messages, video views, and also traffic to drive them to a site to maybe read something or to get more value, more education, right? You're just trying to continue to nurture that relationship once they become a customer. All right. So if you want this, downloadable, go ahead and type ATM in the comments, and I will shoot you a message with this particular downloadable. But those are the 11 Facebook ad objectives that are available to you. The core ones that you want to be using, I believe: conversions, video views, lead generation, messages, traffic, and engagement sometimes. If you have a brick and mortar store and you're trying to get people to go to your store, then store traffic. If you have a catalog where you're selling digital products, like if you have a Shopify store, catalog sales might be the solution for you. But for me and my customers that I work with, it's really conversions to get leads and sales, messages and lead generation, video views, and traffic. That's what we're doing on our side of things. All right.